Hey friendo, Steve here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship. They brought it back. The last video I talked about the actual title itself. Today we're going to talk about the person who that title is going to be wrapped around. That's right. We're going to make the case for everybody I think potentially that could win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And we're going to go from sort of the most likely to like the least likely, I think. In any event, my case for who should win the World Heavyweight Championship is pretty simple. In order for this title not to be thought of or perceived of as a consolation prize, which is like the thing that everybody's talking about right now, I feel like it needs to be in the hands of somebody who Roman Reigns hasn't beat already. At least this iteration, the Tribal Chief version of Roman Reigns. We can't have seen this person, like, for example, if he was still wrestling Big E, right? He went into Survivor Series last year, and he got beat by Roman Reigns clean. Didn't have any bloodline interference, nothing. And at the time, Big E was the WWE champion. Now, if that didn't scream be champion, I don't know what was. They have an opportunity here to make this title not feel like the B championship. Similarly, when Drew McIntyre took on Roman Reigns when it was champion versus champion at Survivor Series the year before, Roman Reigns really made Drew come off like a B champion. Yes, there was bloodline interference, as there was at Clash of the Castle just last year, but that old contract signed between Roman and Drew was it was humiliating for Drew McIntyre, because I've never seen Drew get cry face, but he totally did. Anyways, I'm just sort of besides the point. Whoever has this title needs to feel like they could compete potentially with Roman Reigns. We need to have not seen this person get beat. I have a whole list of people who did get beat, and I'm going to make the case for them. However, this first batch of names haven't actually been beat by the current version of Roman Reigns. And in fact, the first name that I'm going to mention, Seth freaking Rollins, this guy is probably going to win this off the bat. Now, they could do a thing where somebody else wins it, like a bad guy, because Seth now clearly is a good guy. In fact, I kind of feel like he's straying too close to just straight up babyface. They might do a thing where like somebody else wins it and Seth has to chase that person. However, given that I feel like this title immediately needs to be established as on par with what Roman Reigns is doing, and it's a brand new championship without a lineage, although I guess maybe they'll try to fold the old World Heavyweight Championship lineage into this one. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I feel like Seth being the first champion is probably the perfect first pick. The reason why is because Seth Rollins has Roman Reigns' number like nobody else. Roman Reigns' entire character right now is built upon the betrayal of Seth Rollins when they were part of the Shield. That's why Roman Reigns doesn't trust anybody right now. That's why they did the whole thing at the Royal Rumble with Sami Zayn and the chair. It was a metaphor. It was symbolic. It was a throwback. It was a callback to Seth Rollins betraying Roman Reigns. We all know that. Seth Rollins really since then, since Roman's become the tribal chief, Seth Rollins is the only guy with technically a win over Roman Reigns, although it's simply because Roman Reigns kind of beat him up too much. However, the idea is he got under Roman's skin enough so that Roman lost his cool and got disqualified. He's the only guy outside of maybe Xavier Woods, case can be made, that has an actual win over Roman Reigns as the tribal chief. I can't think of a better person, therefore, because this title is in response to Roman Reigns. It only exists because Roman Reigns has the other ones. I can't think of a better first candidate to have this title to immediately say, this guy could probably beat Roman. This guy, if anybody get it done, is probably going to be Seth Rollins. So I feel like it's going to be Seth Rollins going to be the guy that actually takes it, because I think he's got a great case. There's no case against it. He's easily the most popular babyface in WWE right now, not named Cody Rhodes, but we just saw Cody get beat by Roman. I'm going to talk about Cody later. Next up, Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley's a guy who has not been beat by the tribal chief. He's relatively recently, been WWE champion. He's always booked fairly dominant. He's just out of a feud with Brock Lesnar, which he sort of held his own against Brock, made him look decent. Nobody really got the better of that feud. They never even really blew it off. But the point is, Bobby Lashley is absolutely the kind of guy you could toss that World Heavyweight Championship on and be like, yeah, okay, this works. Look, a lot of the World Heavyweight Championship and how it's going to be perceived will be based off how they treat it. Is it going to main event pay-per-views that Roman Reigns is also on? Probably not, but if they want it to come off like a big deal, then yeah, you should probably do that. If the champion's going to be crowned at Night of Champions and Roman Reigns is going to be on that card, this title has to main event that pay-per-view to show, hey, this is a big deal. Let's move on to the next guy that could win this title, and it is Sheamus. So I don't think Sheamus has been beat by the tribal chief Roman Reigns. He's been on the same brand as him for a while. They never really got into an actual feud, which is kind of a shame because Sheamus has had an amazing career resurgence over the past 2 years. I know he usually comes out of the losing end. Look, I'm just going to say this right now. The rest of the people on this list have probably no chance of winning that thing off the bat, but it's fun to talk about it. It's like this thing is totally going to be Seth Rollins's to lose, right? Anyways, if Sheamus heads over to Raw and he's the first guy to hold that title, it'll achieve a couple things. Both Vince McMahon and Triple H are both very high on Sheamus. Triple H thought that Sheamus could have been the new face of the company 10 years ago. That never happened, but people really like Sheamus right now, and I feel like him carrying that World Heavyweight Championship, I think people will be into it. People really like Sheamus right now. He's a tough guy, and he could do the thing where he finally gets that title and he starts going on a win streak. He's able to beat people cleanly, and then maybe you set something up where him and Roman Reigns might get into it at Survivor Series or something. Moving on. Gunther. Of course, this guy is on an absolute tear right now. He is the current Intercontinental Champion. It seems like they want him to break Honky Tonk Man's record, although that might not happen, and they're just talking about him having the longest reign this century, which is, 23 years deep. But yeah, no, Gunther, everybody loves Gunther. He puts on phenomenal matches. I'm not sure if Vince McMahon would be cool with this, but he's been cool with this long Intercontinental Championship reign. So if he comes over to Raw, if they make him surrender the title because it belongs to SmackDown, which I don't know why they do that. They'd probably just do a title switch, or he just carry the Intercontinental Championship over to Raw, and they'd send Austin Theory and the U.S. title over to SmackDown. I don't know. He can have the Intercontinental Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know a single person who would complain about that because Gunther isn't much loved. Moving on. Solo Sikoa. This would be interesting from a storyline perspective, because if Roman Reigns gets pissed off that he's being like relegated to a single brand, he might be like, wait a second. No. I want to run Raw also. The entire company is mine. Solo, go win that thing. Solo Sikoa does not lose very often. He lost to Cody Rhodes, and that's kind of the only loss he's taken. Everybody else he beats. He beat like Matt Riddle 2 weeks in a row. He's beaten like everybody else. This guy has a stellar record, and it would be really kind of interesting for Roman Reigns' lieutenant, his enforcer, to hold the Raw brand belt. I think that'd be kind of terrible, but it'd also make for some interesting stories. Next up, Omos. Stop laughing. Don't laugh. Come on. This is real. Seriously. I could see this guy as champion. I love Omos. I think he's awesome. I loved his match with Brock Lesnar. It was like 5 minutes long. And here's the thing about Omos is that he's got that stature to him. So like if he comes face to face with Roman Reigns will be looking up at him. And he's never lost to Roman Reigns, I don't think. I don't think he's ever fought Roman Reigns. But it's like, dude, you've got this guy. Why not just pull the trigger on him? Just put the damn title on him. Give him a title run, because these kind of characters never really make sense. You know he can beat like pretty much anybody except for evidently Brock Lesnar, because he, took one F5 and that was it. But it's like this guy can beat pretty much everybody. So like, shouldn't he win the World Heavyweight Championship as well? I don't know. Seems like it should work. I'm telling you, listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. Whoever wins the match between him and Seth Rollins at Backlash is going to win that World Heavyweight Championship. That shit's happening. Next up, now I think this is going to begin the list of people who have actually lost to Roman Reigns, or just less likely candidates. Let's take a look. Oh, God, nobody wants to see this. Austin Theory, they kept that United States Championship on him for far too long. The guy has absolutely zero character. He does not connect with the crowd. Nobody cares about him. Put him on SmackDown, where like maybe they'll have to dial back everything about Austin Theory because there's less time on that show. Nobody wants to see this, but he hasn't actually. I don't think he's lost to Roman Reigns. He's tried to cash in on him many times, and he failed miserably. I don't think he's actually ever fought Roman Reigns in a one-on-one match, though. Moving on. Matt Riddle. He just lost twice to Solo Sikoa. He's not allowed to fight Roman Reigns anymore because of the stipulation from the last time he fought Roman Reigns. But this wouldn't be fighting Roman Reigns. This would be the World Heavyweight Championship. If Solo Sikoa is nowhere to be found, maybe he'll win. They seem to like Matt Riddle. They're trying to figure out the perfect balance of like him being serious and him being a goofball. And at one point he was really, really over. And there was a rumor that he was penciled in to win like the Royal Rumble or something. So I don't know. This isn't a terrible choice if you're WWE, I guess. It's something different, that's for sure. Finn Balor. This guy just lost clean to Cody Rhodes on Raw, on just like a random Raw. I love Finn Balor. I think a lot of people want to see sort of a redo of him versus Seth for the Universal title back in whatever it was, 2016, when the Universal title was unveiled. Similar situation, similar opportunity here. However, if they had any chance of him winning the Universal Championship, I don't think they would have had him job clean to Cody Rhodes on the last episode of Raw, but I could be wrong about that. Maybe it's like a red herring and he's actually going to win the thing. I would love to see it. I love Finn Balor. I love Judgment Day. I think he's terrific, and I think they're terrific. He has totally lost to Roman Reigns, but caveat, it was the Demon, and he didn't really lose to Roman Reigns. He just, a turnbuckle broke. It was terrible, and it left him, he was about to win that match. Next up, Drew McIntyre. As I stated previously, he totally lost to Roman Reigns already, and he got cry face, but he also made a terrific WWE champion while he was champion during the pandemic. Honestly, my heart just wants to see this guy get to hold a championship in front of actual people and not TV screens. I think Drew deserves that. He was a good champion, man. I stand by that. Cody Rhodes. He shouldn't do this. He should go to SmackDown. He should follow Roman Reigns. They should give him a slew of new competitors, maybe people that Roman has already beat, for Cody Rhodes to beat on his road to WrestleMania 40, where he should beat Roman Reigns for that Universal Championship. He shouldn't be on Raw. He shouldn't win this, but he could totally do that. Everybody will call it a consolation prize. That's going to be the thing. Now, if they turn that into a story where he gets a title, he's like, this isn't enough. I still plan on beating Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. If he says that, if he outright says that, that could add some intrigue to the title, but it also might devalue the title because it's like, I don't want this on Roman. Brock Lesnar. I can see Vince doing this. I hope not. And I think Brock has sort of said or insinuated or whatever that he's coming down to the end. And then you just have like a retread of where we were at just recently, where Brock had the WWE title, Roman had the Universal title, and then they went to WrestleMania, and then Roman just sort of scooped that title from him. So yeah, I don't want to see this. I don't think anybody wants to see this. But he is legit, and Vince loves him. Next, one of the Mysterios. I love this idea. Could you imagine? Oh man, the heat, the absolute heat. If Dom Mysterio won the World Heavyweight Championship, oh my God, that'd be amazing. It wouldn't even matter at that point that like it's not on the same level as Roman Reigns, that it's not on the same level as the Unified Championship. It wouldn't matter. The reaction that the crowd would be giving Dom Mysterio as World Heavyweight Champion would be amazing. Conversely, you put it on his dad, who's having a hell of a run like 50 years after he started wrestling. I think people be into that. I think Rey Mysterio had a really shitty run as a WWE champion for about 2 hours, 10 years ago? And he had like a World Heavyweight Championship run, which I didn't really think was all that impressive either. So give him a redo, have him beat people. Boy, his match against Brock Lesnar a couple of years ago was really great. Anyways, that's it. I got no more candidates here. I mean, like, you could do Edge. No, not you, Seth. You could do like Edge, but Edge literally was stacked by Roman Reigns at WrestleMania along with Daniel Bryan. So you shouldn't do Edge. Any man who got stacked at WrestleMania probably shouldn't win that title. It's the same thing with Cody. He just lost to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. This screams consolation prize if Cody wins it. I think Cody's going to SmackDown. I think he's going to follow Roman Reigns, and he's going to beat a bunch of people in advance of WrestleMania. That's what I think. Anyways, who do you think should win the World Heavyweight Championship at Night of Champions, which I think it's in Saudi Arabia, so it's going to be Morning of Champions for us. So, Be sure to leave your comments below. Hit that subscribe button and that like button. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Check out this video right here. We'll see you over there.